3 audience members select and write down their thought of cards, and you are able to guess each one with complete accuracy. Welcome to the video. If you enjoy learning magic tricks and engaging in discussions of magic, be sure to subscribe. Check out my merch store and my exclusive membership if you want to dive even deeper. But for now, let's get into the video. So this is a Theodore Animan trick adapted from an Al Baker trick, but it's taught in Animan's practical mental magic. And the sequence is super cool. So let's get into it. To prepare, you need a way for people to write things down. I have my business cards here. Now, what you do want is you're going to want to have a dummy slip of paper. So whatever you use, I would recommend maybe something like a business card size or slips of paper that you're able to fold up, and then you're going to have in a finger palm one of them later. And the way you can have it folded is sort of like I just showed. You can fold it over this way and then fold it over this way twice. So of course you need a pen as well, but as for the deck needs to be in stack. Now a lot of people love mnemonica these days for good reason. I am using Cy Stebbins here just because it's a slightly easier stack to use. And so I've laid it out here. This is the top of the deck, goes all the way here, and then the 4 of spades here connects to the 7 of diamonds. So if you want to create the stack from scratch, you can do so by screenshotting this deck. I also have a dedicated video on this stack on the channel, but real quickly, it goes clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, which you can call chased order by imagining C, H, S, D, chased, clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, and then also it goes up 3. So you have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack is 11, queen is 12, king is 13, ace is 1. Okay, so when you do that, you're then going to be able to cycle through the whole deck. And that means when I cut the deck and someone's thinking of this card, if I peek the bottom card, I'm going to know what that card is. In this case, you'll know it's the 9 of clubs. Okay, so by memorizing this stack, or really the stack sequence, you don't have to have a full memorization. That would be more of a mnemonica. This is a system, so you're able to use the logic of the system to deduce cards. So again, 2 of spades is on the bottom, means the 5 of diamonds is on the top. So by having that and knowing that, that's going to be one of the methods of deducing the cards, and then we'll go from there. So now here's how the trick goes. You're going to invite the first spectator to cut the deck to any card and to memorize that card. He's going to memorize it and also write it down. So he's written that down, and we're also going to have members fold it like this when you do each of these. So he notes that card and places it back. At this point, he can in fact place it anywhere he wants because we're not getting the peek right this moment, but we will soon. So he's written his card, folded it over, that's card number 1. After he places that back in anywhere he wants, you're going to mix the cards. And when you do, you're just going to note the bottom card. That's all you have to do. So he writes the card down, places it back wherever he wants. As you go to mix the cards, it's like you're moving on to the next person. He feels relaxed. This person has placed this away. You're going to note the bottom card, and then you'll know that his card is the jack of diamonds, okay? So he's picked the jack of diamonds. He's written it down. Now we can break stack because the stack is only being used for the first selection, okay? So he places the card back in. We take the cards for the next person and say, okay, now here's something I want you to do. And you're going to have them pull a number of cards from the center. All right, so they do so. And when they do, they're going to note this card. Okay, so they note that card. In the meantime, you'll notice that we peeked this card not only to guess that card, but also we're going to memorize it. So this is the key card principle now. We've moved on from the stack. We're moving to the key card. So 8 of spades helped us deduce jack of diamonds. Now 8 of spades is what's in our mind, because we've shuffled this to the top before having them pick out this clump of cards. They memorize this card as their card. They're going to place it on top of that 8 of spades, and that'll help us deduce that card in just a moment. They're going to write their card down and once again fold it up. Now we're going to spread these cards, and we're just looking for our key card here, the 8 of spades. We're going to know that above that is their card, the ace of hearts. So now in our minds, we know jack of diamonds, ace of hearts. But the reason we've spread these face up is that for our third participant, we're actually going to just tell them to memorize one of these cards. Just merely think of it as they see it in the deck, spot one, memorize it, and that'll be their card, and you're gonna close these up. So you see how we've escalated, right? We say cut the deck, and then we have them pick out a clump of cards, and then we have them merely think of a card. Right now we know Jack of Diamonds, Ace of Hearts. They're gonna write this one down, and this is one that we're actually gonna end up peeking in a moment. So just picking one out of thin air, let's say they pick the Six of Diamonds. So they're going to fold that up, and so now all three participants have written their cards down, and here's what you're gonna invite them to do. Animan suggested the use of a hat, which if you want, you can get the magician hat from the store. There's a plug there. But you can use whatever apparatus you want. The idea is that you keep track. So watch where the first, second, and third person place their billets. So you've paid attention to where each of them have placed their billets, and this is actually going to help you hide the secrets. So you're actually going to come in and you're going to finger palm billet number 1 for the first spectator. You already know that this is the Jack of Diamonds. You're going to come in, finger palm it as you grab this one. And by holding this hat toward yourself, they don't know that there's only one left inside. So now you're able to take this and say to the first person with your mind reading skills, you're going to say, I predict you selected the Jack of Diamonds. And they're going to react and say yes or whatever. And you're going to look and you're going to nod to yourself as though confirming Jack of Diamonds, amazing. You're going to bring it back, and then you're going to do a billet switch. Now, the billet switch that Animan kind of taught was one in which you withdraw a billet with your finger and then bring the other one forward. Okay? Now with slips of paper as opposed to cardboard billets, that might be a little easier, but one thing that you can always do is a little bit of a shuttle pass. So to backtrack, maybe you finger palm selection 1, you come out with selection 3, you reveal selection 1, you peek selection 3, you know it's the Six of Diamonds now. You say hold your hand out, and in this gesture you're motivating it. You tell them to hold their hand out, they will, and you're going to just shuttle pass. This is the shuttle pass here. You go from one to the other, and you can even place this back in the hat, which is cool, and go there. So whatever switch you want to do is acceptable there, but there's a couple options. Next, you're going to take out selection 2 and reveal it. It was the Ace of Hearts. And now to stay consistent, you can open it up, say, we got it, give it to him. And then the last one you can now reveal as the Six of Diamonds, and you can show it if you want. Hold it up and give it back to them, and they'll all be able to confirm with each other that you read their mind. So this is a cool mixture of one ahead and other principles. We have a stack, we have a key card peek, and then we have a one ahead sort of peek. And that all combines to where without any markings on the deck, and in fact, after the initial stack read, you can now shuffle the deck. That just completely hides that method. You get this escalating way of having a cut to card, a selected card, and then a thought of card all revealed. That all came from the Practical Mental Magic book. Super, super cool. Hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. If you want more, you can check out the membership for some exclusive content. Pick up some merch from the Magic merch store. I also have a journal for magicians. You can check out all those links below. And if you want more free content, check out the video that YouTube is recommending to you right now. But until next time, keep enjoying your magic, stay a hobbyist at heart, and I will see you guys in the next video.